Absolute Carnage Weapon Plus one-shot story was published few days ago. This story takes place before Absolute Carnage number 1. The book opens in a classified Weapon Plus facility. Professor Billy Junger watches footage taken from the Weapon V base showing several symbiote augmented super soldiers being killed and eaten by Dark Carnage, who has returned to collect the codexes from the symbiote hosts to awaken Null, the god of the symbiotes. 2 days later, Clayton Curtis, aka the Incredible Weapon H, drives a truck, thinking that he is going to miss Canada because it is time for himself and his family to relocate again. He notes that he has not been fair to his mother-in-law and that his wife wants them to get along. As he enters the log house where they have been staying, he is greeted by several men holding his mother-in-law. A man with a heavily scarred face asks if Clayton remembers his old commanding officer. Clayton has a flashback and remembers his ruthless leader, Robert Urquhart, and starts to transform into Weapon H, shouting that he will smash him. Urquhart tells Clayton to calm down or they will kill his mother-in-law. When Clayton asks what he wants, his former leader responds that he wants what he always has, for Clayton to kill someone for him. Later on, Dr. Andrew Breen explains that after the disappearance of Captain America during World War II, the Weapon Plus Super Soldier program was established to create a replacement, in opposition to the Soviet Union's Department X. However, in 1965, S.H.I.E.L.D. discovered an alien dragon made of living darkness, codenamed Grendel, causing Weapon Plus to realize that the true threat came from the stars. In 1966, S.H.I.E.L.D. established the Sim Soldier program by bonding samples of living abyss extracted from the Grendel to a group of wounded soldiers. This backfired and the program was declared a failure and shut down. As the U.S. military and government continued to experiment with symbiote super soldiers like Agent Venom, Weapon V monitored their moves from the shadows, learning from their mistakes and advances. Clayton interrupts, asking what all this has to do with himself and his mother-in-law. Dripping black eye drops into his eyes, Dr. Breen remarks that while Weapon V's current generation symbiote bio-armor has been made physically stable, the Sim soldiers' prototypes succumbed to mental instability, and the reason is that 7 weeks prior, the Grendel dragon awakened and attacked New York City, confirming his theory that the dragon is part of a hive mind controlled by an alien god that has chosen the serial killer known as Carnage as its avatar. Clayton remarks that he thought that Carnage was dead, but Breen replies that 2 days ago, Carnage attacked Weapon V's headquarters and killed almost everyone there, and appears to be able to track other symbiotes and is preying upon them for an unknown reason. They arrive and get into a large warehouse. The plan is to lure Carnage into the kill box and take him out with sonic weapons. Clayton asks why they think they will fare any better than they did 2 days prior. Urquhart responds that they now have Clayton as a secret weapon, promising to leave him and his family for good if they succeed in killing Carnage. Carnage will be attracted to the symbiote cloned brain of a human telepath, which he says has been masked in their presence. Elsewhere, Cletus Cassidy washes his hands in a gas station restroom. Suddenly sensing more steam, he steps over a corpse and makes his way to a bus, remarking that he is hungry for leftovers and is never late to dinner. Later on, the bus which was stolen by Cassidy smashes through the wall of the warehouse. Clayton transforms into Weapon H and stops it. He sees that the driver and the passengers have had their heads ripped off. Cassidy steps out of the bus restroom, remarking that he has a small bladder and wanted to go before the fun started. Urquhart destroys the bus, thinking that the fire would be enough to kill Cassidy. Carnage, however, emerges from the flaming ruins and attacks Weapon H, who tries to use his claws to cut Carnage, who mocks Weapon H for trying to do that. Carnage retaliates, but Clayton forces him to retreat. Carnage attacks the Mars team and rips the symbiote codex out of their bodies. Clayton attacks again, taking Carnage through the roof and up into the sky. Stabbing Carnage with his claws, Weapon H says that he can survive the fall, asking if Carnage can. Their impact punches a crater into the floor of the warehouse. Urquhart dropped several grenades into the hole, which erupted into flames. Clayton emerged, stating that they burned him, but Urquhart tells him that he will do it again if he likes to. Dr. Breen, with a red spiral painted in blood on his chest, interrupts, remarking that Clayton has served his purpose and proven that Carnage is chosen by Null, the god of the symbiotes, to be his avatar. Carnage then emerges from the flames, completely unharmed. Clayton demands to know where his mother-in-law is. Breen simply says that she is gone and that his rule is finished. Urquhart orders Clayton to stand and fight, threatening his wife and children if he does not follow orders. Turning to Carnage, Clayton says that he can have Urquhart and the rest of the Weapon V. Carnage attacks and seemingly kills Urquhart. Clayton then finds his mother-in-law completely unharmed. Hugging her, he apologizes and blames himself for her abduction. Later, he asks what happened, and she says that Dr. Breen freed her, saying that killing her would be the most merciful thing to do. So as you saw, Weapon H fought Dark Carnage to a standstill. But remember that this story took place before Absolute Carnage number 1, which means that Carnage did not collect as many codexes as he did when he fought the Hulk, thus was not as powerful. Moreover, I believe that Carnage managed to mess with the Hulk's mind because he was bonded to the Venom symbiote, without which Carnage will not have a chance to get into the Hulk's mind, who is known for being immune to mind control, especially when he is enraged. And this immortal Hulk persona is extremely mad, considering that he came back from the dead. Let me know what you think about this book, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.